The hosts were always to get called by the WWE. When they finally call, what's going through your mind? Are you like, man, this a prank? Are you extremely excited? Or you thought your buddy was playing a joke on you? Because how did they even get my number? How did they know to get in contact with me?
No, I courted them a little bit. So I met a guy on the Independents. His name is Joey Mercury. He's a great mentor of mine, and he wrestled for WWE for many years, and he had gotten fired from the company. And I had met him, and the first time we ever met, he's like, New York. We called WWE New York because that's the territory it used to be. He's like, New York? You ever talk to anybody in New York? I said, no, I wouldn't even know how. He's like, let me get in touch with somebody for you. I think I still got people there that might like me. So he's like, you got like a tape or anything? You can, like a video, something, an email you can send. And I'm like, I don't know. At the time, I'm working for a company called Ring of Honor, which was the top independent company at the time. Guy by the name of Dave Lagana put together basically an email of here's video of what he can do. Joey got me the contact. I sent it out. At the time, my contract with Ring of Honor was coming up. I was like doing 3 years with them, I think. My contract was coming up, and I was ready to take the next step. WWE they weren't coming for guys like me at the time still. This was 2009, 2010 probably. Okay. They were still looking for big dudes. They wanted you. They wanted someone this size, right? They wanted 6'5", 250. They'll teach you how to do the wrestling.
Right.
I was really good at the wrestling, but I was never going to look like that. So they were having a hard time recruiting guys like me. Dave helped me out. Joey put in a word for me. I was trying to shop myself to some of the other smaller companies at the time, and I wasn't getting any callback from WWE. Nobody was picking up. Nobody was answering emails. So I had a deal on the table for another company with TNA, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to sign this deal. I just don't know if I want to sign this deal. Like WWE is where I want to be. So I made one final call, and I said, hey, the guys, the talent relations guy said, hey, look, I'm going to sign this deal with TNA if I don't hear back from you. So, it's like Sunday night. I'm like, I'm going to sign it in the morning. And 15 minutes later, he calls me back. Hey, kid, let me talk to my people. So, but I'm like, I
should have said this earlier.
He didn't tell me nothing yet. He didn't give me any indication. He said, we'll call you back in the morning. And I'm like, oh God. So now I'm like sitting on it, I'm waiting. Like, I couldn't sleep that night. I was just like, come on. Because it could have just been easy. Come back and he just say, nah, never mind, you know? So nothing was on the table. And then when he called back, he's like, we're going to give you an opportunity. Dude, I remember where I was standing. I remember where I was looking. I remember everything. I didn't give it. Damn how much the money was for. I didn't care. I was like, that's all I ever wanted was an opportunity. This is the biggest wrestling company in the world. This is my dream. This is all I ever wanted. I'm like, I do not even care. Like, I turned down probably at least triple the money to go to the other place. I'm like, this is where I can make my way.
And you became a champion. You became the WWE champion, who was born after WrestleMania 1 actually occurred.
Yes.
So it took you a while to get there, but once you got there, you had a meteoric rise.
Yeah, once we got to WWE, once I got on the main roster, like they signed me, they sent me down to Tampa, Florida, which was their training facility at the time. It's now moved to Orlando. It's just pre-NXT. NXT is like it's a great minor league facility now, with its own brand and its own production. They did not have that when I went there. I'm in Tampa in a warehouse for 2 years, basically like in a holding cell, and waiting. We finally got the call up. I don't think that my bosses knew exactly what they were getting themselves into when they gave us the opportunity. Myself, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. Myself and Dean Ambrose, especially Jon Moxley now. We had a little bit of a following because of what we'd done on the Independents. John was there as well. And when we burst onto the scene, social media exploded. They're finally here, these guys, but we've heard they've been signed for a long time. So this is the beginning of social media playing a role in what happens from an audience perspective on WWE. And that response, they gave us the ball, and they kept giving us the ball because we kept scoring touchdowns. That's the thing, man. If you get the ball and you make plays, You know, they're gonna call your number more. And that was the thing. I'm like, just give me the damn ball. That's all I ever wanted. Just give me the ball. I'm telling you, we can make this happen. Myself and John, we were both of that. You know, Roman was a little bit greener. He didn't have the experience, so he was nice and along for the ride. Myself and John, we were ready, and we knew we were ready. And when the time came, we took that ball and we ran with it, and we changed everything.
What would you say was the hardest part of your journey, and what would you say to other young wrestlers that's trying to get in this space that seemingly had a hard time like you did in the beginning and thinking about giving up? What was the hardest part of this journey?
Well, lucky for you, I own my own wrestling school, which I've had for 11 or 12 years.
Really?
Yes. Back in Davenport, Iowa, I started a wrestling school called the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy. Still operates to this day. I'm not there as much as I used to be, but it still operates and it's functional, and I'm a part of it, and it's great. And we have a lot of awesome people who've come through there. But I get this question all the time because as a young athlete or performer, it's hard. It is a hard business, and not everybody's going to make it. I think the one thing that I say is, but there's really two things. One, you have to understand that it is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Okay.
You really have to try to create a scope of time in your brain. It is just going to take a long time. But that process, you have to learn to enjoy that process. It's awesome. I want you to shoot for the moon. I want you to set goals as high as you can. I want you to think about and dream about wrestling at WrestleMania in the main event and winning every world title that there is. But understand that it takes little steps to get there, and it is going to be hard sometimes, but that difficulty is what makes it worth it. And that journey, and as cliche as it sounds, I'm telling you, when you're done with it 20 years later, the journey will be the thing that you remember. It's not the moments, it's not the milestones, it's not the accolades, it's not all that stuff that you read off at the beginning of this interview. It's the process, it's the people you met along the way, and it's the process of getting there that you will look back on fondly.
Because what I read off, none of that mentioned all the no's, the 7 years, the waiting.
Yeah.
The not getting an opportunity wrestling in YMCA's and high school gyms and barns. None of that's there. No. But people only see that.
Yep.
The people only see that. And so they like, oh, it was easy. It was easy for them to, it was easy for him. I mean, so forth and so on. But they don't realize, like every professional athlete or whoever, or Jeff Bezos or whomever, you see it's a process to get there.
It's a slog, yeah. I mean, it is, especially the route I came from. Now, everybody's path to success or to the top is their own. And sure, there are absolutely 100% people out there who didn't go through that process.
Yes.
And they have been handed opportunities for whatever reason. That happens, for sure. But that's not for you.
That's not your journey,
That's
though.
not your journey, man. And so you can't have that. You can't look at it as oh, it's unfair. You just have to focus on yourself. What's your journey? How are you going to take the next step to be better than you were the day before?
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before two something.